reef is over here. Make sure we don't hit that going out. Fleece vest, and decided to switch over to the down because it's just a cold nip to the area. It's 55 with a little breeze. It brings the wind chill down enough that the fleece I don't think would have happened. Would have been a good day actually to kayak river there, but decided not to do. We'll head down the waterway here. Cabins all along this area. See a houseboat heading in out here. Just going by the island here. Filming the chart as I'm going along here. See a little bit of the surrounding area. A lot of water. Moving right along, coming into Spawning Bay here, the entrance. We'll just kind of go slow and take it easy. Watch the water. It's real narrow in here. There's some shoals off to the right. Little airplane off to the left. And be that guy. I love float plane flying. That's one of my favorites of all the flying I've done. I've flown helicopters and airplanes and float planes, and one of my favorites was floats. The shoals off to my right here, so I got to keep an eye out. Look, a little Citabria, a little red and white Citabria. Beautiful airplane. Got about 20 feet of depth. Fortunately, it's calm today, so it's easy to see the bottom. Still showing 20 feet. About 17 feet now. I think there's a campsite, if I recall, right there on that rock on the right hand side. Got down to about 10 feet here, coming through the narrows. Getting deep again, 15, 20. Looks like there's somebody at this site right here. You can see the blue tars. Got about 15 with some weedy bottom here. Give it a little bit of reverse. Make sure it's lined up here. Bit balance a bit before I try to go ashore. All right, give it a shot. We're going ashore to tie up. Let's try that. And we'll get the bow tied first. Run it around a couple times. Make sure it's not going anywhere. And let's see. I guess we'll do this one next. Well, we'll tie it here initially, but this is not where I want it. But it'll do for now. Couple times around. And no firewood here this time. I forgot to bring the phone setup tracking. We're on the shore, tied up. So we'll shut things down here. I just got to what I used to call Crescent Moon, or the island of the Crescent. It's kind of an interesting island. Let's see if I can pull it up here on the charts and show you. It's a very unique island in Spawning Bay. There's the island, crescent shaped, and that's where I'm parked for the night. So tie down on the starboard side, and then over on the port side. It's not really good angle there, so I'll probably broaden that out a little bit to a different tie point. I don't know, I might stay 2 nights because this is one of my favorite spots. So, and you can paddle from here. There's a couple of trail options for hiking, so I may do that. And so long for now. Okay, folks, I'm trying to change the angle here on the roof panels here to try to maximize solar energy that I'm getting. So I'm going to change the angle from where it is right now, and you can see that. Good evening, folks. I'm sitting by the fire here right now, my tabletop fire, having my Baileys with some chocolate covered almonds. Work away the evening. The evening is calm. We had some sun today. I got my solar up to at 91% of the last time I looked. That's probably as high as it'll go because it clouded over this evening. Flat calm right now, which is pleasant. Otherwise I couldn't use this fire because I can't have much wind to use these tabletop fires. So pleasant evening. Cheers. Hard to beat that combo. Chocolate and Baileys always taste good. I haven't seen any critters. Saw one loon and some mergansers earlier today. nothing else. No deer, no bears, no moose, bald eagles, no osprey. But I'm not surprised because when I've been here in the past, there's been very little of that activity. I think the only thing I saw of significance before was an otter, but no otters today, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm testing out my systems here. This is a new camera that I'm using with remote mic, and I'm hoping it works well, considering the investment. It does provide some new ways of filming. That's one thing that's good about it. If you guys have any questions about any gear that I'm using on the boat, I don't post everything. I am doing trying to run a design series, although I've had trouble adding any new posts. I will be adding new posts and try to cover some of the equipment that I have on board, but not necessarily everything. So if you have interest in one particular item or something on the boat and you're wondering what the source is or what it is or why I did it, please ask. I'll try to get to it and answer your questions. I encourage you to do that. Part of my reasoning for doing the videos to begin with is to help others that may want to make trips like this and how to equip themselves, how to do it, and what you can do with a small boat like this one. You are limited, and you got to be careful of the weather. It's a flat bottom boat, and it's not designed for big waves or big waters, so you got to stay away from those places or those conditions and watch the weather very closely. But this is a very protected lake. I'm on Lake Temagami. It's a very large lake and laid out in such a way that you seldom have large open water areas. You might have a stretch where you've got 4 or 5 miles and that's about it. So it's a good, from that standpoint, it's protected waters, perfect for this kind of a boat. So yesterday it blew a little bit, but it didn't really affect me at all because it was across the direction of the channel that I was in, and not really, the waves never got very big. So that's a consideration whenever you're out on this stuff. This particular tabletop fire I just got off Amazon. There's several models there, several vendors that have them. I just looked at one that had good reputation, and so far it's worked well for me. I've used it now for 2 seasons, and the only caveat is you can't be out in any kind of windy weather. It's got to be calm like it is tonight before you can use it. The flame will just blow away if it's too windy. Even now with there's a little wind coming from the east, and it's blowing it pretty sideways there. So that's the problem with any kind of wind. Thinking of doing a layover tomorrow. I really like this site. There's no firewood though, so I'll have to maybe see if I can scrounge up some firewood. And there's several trail options for doing some hiking. So I think what I'm going to do is take the kayak tomorrow and kayak about a half mile to the east here. There's a trailhead there that runs over to another lake. And it's a fairly busy lake, so I think the trail should be well worn and easy to walk. So I think I'll go over there tomorrow and do that. That'll get me to use the kayak, relax a little bit, not have to push through another day. It's supposed to be cloudy though. It's not going to be a nice sunny day like today. That's not so good, but it's not supposed to rain. I've got quite a period of time. I'm planning to be out 18 days, so it's not, there's no big rush to move tomorrow. So I think I'll just lay over and take it easy and try that trail. I didn't do that last year, or not last year, but 3 years ago when I was here. I was at this same site. In fact, I got some great video of this site 3 years ago. So go back and take a look at that video from 2019. Some really nice video that I did of this particular location. It's a very unique island. I call it Sliver of the Moon Island because it's shaped like the sliver of a moon. It's kind of interesting. I can't tell if it's raining right now or if there's just bugs rising on the water, but it looks like rain to me. It's not supposed to rain, but I don't feel any rain. I don't feel any drops. So we'll see. Well, I had to come inside, folks. It started to rain outside. So I brought the tabletop fire into the cabin, and you can do that. Minor enough flame that it's reasonably safe as long as you have it on a I put it on a coaster that's made out of silicone rubber, and that protects my table from the heat, and the flame's not too high. As long as you keep it away from flammable objects, you're in good shape. But anyway, it started to rain. I didn't think it was supposed to rain, but I did check again, and there's about a 17% chance of rain. Well, I got all 17% of it, so it's raining. Well, that's the way it goes. So much for sitting outside and having a nice evening to enjoy the quiet of the water. Actually, the breeze started coming up too, so it was getting kind of difficult to sit outside. One thing this little fire does is it actually heats up quite a bit, so it'll warm up this cabin. I think I came in, it's 67 right now, but I'm guessing this will bring it up to over 70 pretty quickly. And I've got about, maybe 30 minutes left for this to burn. So I'll just sit here and listen to some music. Gives you an idea that you can use these tabletop fires inside too. So there you go.